So, Red, today we're getting into a Tennessee bourbon.
That's pretty cool. Hey, are you from Tennessee?
No, I'm from the Northeast.
Oh, because you're the only 10 I see. Welcome back to worthadram. I'm Red.
And I'm Grim. This is your home for whiskey reviews, sour opinions, and good old-fashioned whiskey jokes.
That's pretty neat.
You get it?
I do get it.
Yeah, good. That's why I like you.
Yeah.
I like the cut of your jib.
Oh, thank you.
Anyway, welcome back. Today we're going to take a look at our second donated bottle, which is Heaven's Door, Tennessee Bourbon.
Heaven's Door.
Yep.
We're going to have to cut a lot out of this because I'm going to start singing Bob Dylan in the middle of all this.
Yeah.
I kind of skipped ahead a little bit. So this is a Bob Dylan-owned whiskey.
Yep.
Named Heaven's Door.
Yeah. So this is... you stole all my thunder. So, Heaven's Door is Bob Dylan's unique collection straight out of Tennessee. Nashville,
Coming out of
Tennessee.
Nashville.
Yep. Dylan partnered with master distillers to produce 4 very unique expressions.
Yeah.
So this one here that we're taking a look at today, which is the Tennessee Bourbon, which I'm going to take a little tangent, moment.
Let's tangent.
Moment for a tangent. We've mentioned all along we're doing whiskeys, bourbons, and scotches. One thing that we haven't said out of all of these episodes is that specifically all bourbons and all scotches are whiskeys, but not all whiskeys are scotches. In fact, I have a handy little infographic. I'm going to put however big, wherever it ends up. It's presumably somewhere around the camera, like on screen right now. So all bourbons and scotches fall into the all-encompassing whiskey.
The whiskey cloud.
Whiskey cloud. Along with rye, Japanese, Irish whiskeys. And then there's that funky little half circle for Tennessee bourbons, or Tennessee whiskeys, where they're kind of bourbons because they meet the criteria, but if they follow the Lincoln County process, they really don't like being called bourbons.
Right.
This is it's in that gray area because it's calling itself a Tennessee bourbon.
Right. But it doesn't follow the Lincoln County process, which...
Correct.
It was codified in law relatively recently, 2013, by the Lincoln County process, named for the distillery that Jack Daniels originated in. It's not in Lincoln County anymore.
Yep.
But filtering, before it goes into the barrels, you filter the distillate through maple charcoal, and that's what gives, that's the Lincoln County process. That's what makes it a Tennessee whiskey.
Yep. And specifically, that's actually, for any Jack Daniels drinkers, that's really what gives Jack Daniels its unique flavor.
Yeah.
Which we'll probably get into in a later episode. We just don't happen to have a bottle, and our wives don't want us to buy anymore, so it's not...
We got to get through the stock.
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
But Tennessee bourbons are they follow all the 5 rules of bourbons, which maybe we'll place here or here.
Right here.
5 rules of bourbons. It just happens to be in Tennessee, or made in Tennessee, so it's called Tennessee bourbon.
Yep. So, full circle. Bob Dylan partnered with master distillers for 4 unique expressions for the Heaven's Door line. There's the Tennessee Bourbon, which we're taking a look at today, a double barrel,
Yeah.
which that probably is really, really smoky. They have a straight rye, and they also have a 10-year limited release straight bourbon. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's much of a difference between the straight bourbon and the 10-year. Obviously, until we got this bottle, this is actually the first that I had heard of it.
Right.
Speaking of which, thank you to my mom. She's the one that sent this in. She sent us a bottle of Screwball as well, because she saw peanut butter whiskey and she thought it was just the bee's knees.
Yes.
I'm gonna start pouring.
All right. So, fun fact.
Ooh.
The artwork that's on the bottle is actually showcases the ironwork that Bob Dylan created. He welded iron gates at his welding
metal shop.
Metal shop.
Yeah.
That's the word I was looking for. Metal shop, Black Buffalo Ironworks.
I apologize for the plastic. I prefer to take that off before we start filming. So that's probably really loud and annoying.
I prefer you to take it off before filming too. Ooh,
Yeah.
that was good. That was good.
That was a tight one.
So yeah, all the artwork and each of the 4 different bottles for Heaven's Door has different artwork depending on the gates that Bob Dylan put together. So this is actually a straight bourbon, straight Tennessee bourbon, which means it has to be aged more than 2 years, less than 4.
Actually, if you remember, if it's aged less than 4 years, the age statement needs to be on the bottle.
Oh, okay.
There is no age statement here that I saw, but I do happen to know that this one is aged for 8 years.
8 years, right.
Yeah.
Mash bill is mostly known. So it's 70% corn,
That should be really sweet.
20% rye, and 10%. It's that last 10% I'm missing. It could be another 10% rye. It could be 10% barley. It could be something else. I should rephrase that. It's 70% corn and at least 20% rye. Could be more. Could be a little bit of malted barley in there. Not 100%.
Yeah.
Known what the mash bill is, and then aged in just like new American oak, new charred American oak casks.
So I would like to point out, and we'll get a close up. The bottle looks like it's designed to actually be stored on the shelf backwards.
Yeah.
The labeling on the front looks really, really nice, but a little, it's
Busy.
texty, but it's wordy. However, if you turn it around, it's just kind of, it's just the design from the back.
Yeah.
Plus, there's the embossing on the back of the bottle, just the HD for Heaven's Door.
And if you look at the bottom of the back of the label, it's Bob Dylan's signature, viewed backwards. You know what I mean? Like, it's the right way when it's turned around.
Yeah. Anyone who's followed us since the beginning knows that I am primarily a bourbon fan. And I like Bob Dylan. I've always liked his music.
Definitely good. What's your favorite Bob Dylan song?
I don't like getting fancy. It's the times are changing.
Yeah?
It's timeless.
I always liked, I think it's Lay Lady Lay.
Okay.
The name of the song. I don't know. It's just, that idea of a guy just strumming his guitar to his girlfriend or wife or whatever.
Yep.
I don't know. That song, I always liked it when it came on.
Well, it's a good one.
Yeah.
So without further ado,
I'm going to stick my nose in this. Ooh. I stuck my nose in a little too far.
my nose is knocking on heaven's door here.
Yeah, is it?
Yeah.
My nose is a changing.
So first impressions, it does smell really, really sweet.
It does. And I have to snifferize this from back here. Like, sometimes, I get a little bit closer. This one, I feel like I have to sniff from a little bit farther away.
Yeah?
Because if I get too close to it, that alcohol takes over.
Yeah. I'm going to call back an earlier description that I had. It's not quite like an antiseptic smell, but it definitely has like that chemically punch.
Yeah.
Not saying it smells bad.
No.
I'd say the sweetness is definitely that's right up front for me.
I get that sweetness, almost vanilla, and then oak. I mean, it's bourbony, or oak, but I do get really strong vanilla.
So the amount of oak that I'm smelling, I'm hoping that that's there in the flavor.
Yeah.
Because it's got like a nice, really well-rounded oak scent.
Yeah.
Fragrance.
Fragrance. I smoked some meat recently.
Yeah.
I did, but I used hickory chips this time. So.
Oh yeah.
I was a little bit. You normally use oak, so this is just taking me back to.
I don't know why
I should have used oak.
Anticipating like a hickory dickory dock.
I mean, I could have gone there, but I didn't.
I'm gonna get into this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think my mother's waited long enough for us to try this.
That's good. And I don't think I said thank you, Mrs. Grimm, but thank you.
We did actually talk. We talked to her on the phone today, and she was really excited that we were getting into it.
Nice.
She was like, "I was wondering when you were going to do it," and I was like,
So I don't know if we've discussed it. You just said you were getting into it, and I'm going to go on another tangent. We haven't discussed it, but we bump up the priority of donated bottles.
"We do." Yep.
So I mean, the one we had last episode, this one.
We've had this one for quite a while, but we had Bourbon Day and Father's Day, and we had other episodes that we wanted to do that we had planned that were dependent on the date, and now this is our first opportunity to catch up to our backlog.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm really excited. So let's
do it. Wow. So that's that. There's the oak. That's got a real strong oak flavor. Yeah.
I get some of that rye spice, almost baking spice, in there. I got some vanilla on like the exhale.
Nailed it.
Coming out.
I've got no counter argument for that. Like everything. I think it's really reminiscent of the Woodinville, but not nearly as complicated.
I was going to say not nearly as complex.
Yeah, no.
In fact, I would say the nose promises more complexity than what the taste delivers. Not that that's bad, but the nose, I don't know, it was kind of complex, but when you taste it, it's just, there's the oak, there's your rye, there's your vanilla.
Mm-hmm. So after a few moments of breathing casually, I guess, I started to get like a real, like a kind of a light custardy flavor.
Yeah.
Yep. That's really nice.
It is good.
Yeah.
It sits well. The finish isn't long.
No, it's short. I'd say
it's, but it finishes well. It finishes on that vanilla sweetness note.
Mm-hmm. That oak, man, I really like that.
Yeah, no, that's good.
It's a sweet wood.
It's like somebody. The sweet wood.
I was wondering if that was going to hit you or not.
Woo. It hit me, and then like my brain rebooted.
Am I wrong though?
No, you're not wrong. I was gonna say it's like somebody smashed a vanilla bean on a chart, like on an oak plank.
Yep.
And then said, "Here, smell this."
Yeah, that's it.
I've never chewed on an oak twig.
Neither have I.
Oh, okay.
But like,
I thought you were gonna bring back.
If I had to describe a flavor,
one time back in Massachusetts, I was making paper mache houses and found an oak twig and didn't have a spoon, so I just started eating my ice cream with it. And that's what this reminds me of.
You've almost got like the facade.
I feel like we've hung out enough. I'm just trying to channel the grim.
Channel the grim.
Yeah.
I think that's what I'm going to change my other channel's name to.
Channel the grim.
Channel the grim.
So there's a little bit of bite to this one.
A little bit, but I think that's the rye.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no. So you definitely get the rye spice, but that bite, I think, is that kind of that strong
alcoholiness.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
You definitely feel it when you drink it.
Ooh, yeah, that sits. That sits real nice. It's warm out here again. Like we sweat our asses off out here because we like whiskey, but we do it for you guys.
Yeah. #hydrate.
Yep. Actually, that's a good idea.
I was gonna hydrate with whiskey.
I think you'll find that's the opposite of hydration.
And, it's got some water in it.
That's sweet wood dehydration. So that was a weird cut.
That was a weird cut.
We really need to think of a better way to come back from our breaks.
We could just cut it in the middle of a weird tangent.
We do that every time.
But a different weird tangent.
Yeah.
It just cuts and I'm like, so I was knee deep in this hole. Oh, hey.
Hey, welcome back.
Hey.
So, full disclosure, my wife has got her own personal whiteboard.
Yes.
Behind the camera, and she's going to try to crack us up.
We're going to see. We'll see how well we can stay and not break.
Yeah. So, Magic of YouTube Land, it's been about
12 minutes?
yeah, it's but maybe 10 to 12
minutes?
minutes. Yeah, we haven't quite. It's really warm. We didn't go inside to cool off, so it
Yeah.
hasn't really been quite as long as we normally let things sit.
Yeah.
But well, she's 1 for 1.
This is going to be really easy for Mrs. Grimm here.
I wish I had a little foresight into what she was going to write there.
It's no skin off my back. Comment down below if you think you can guess what she wrote.
I'd like to see people's guesses there. Oh, this is going to be a fun game. So all that sharpness from before, that antiseptic smell is gone.
Yeah.
Gone. Yep.
I get a lot more of the sweet, a lot more of the vanilla.
Yep. A little fruitier than before.
Yeah.
Again, I know we rely on the apple and grape flavors a lot, but
Yeah. I would almost go cherry rather
a
than...
little bit of cherry.
Yeah.
I'd say it's more on like an amaretto side.
Yeah.
But I do get some apple on the nose.
Yeah. I stuck my nose. So, again, I stuck my nose in too far. And I got that alcohol.
You stuck your nose where it didn't belong.
I did not. My nose was writing checks. My face couldn't catch.
Ooh.
But I definitely... Vanilla is forefront. And then maybe some of that oak. Some of the rye spice. And then some of that fruitiness.
So the fruitiness is riding really strong for me. I don't get a
Yeah.
whole lot of oak on the snifferizer anymore.
Dang. So I do get a little bit more oak than like the oak comes before the fruit flavor for me. The fruit scent for me.
Mine's the opposite
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
But I do still get some of that. If I go in too deep, I do get some of that alcohol-ness.
That one didn't get me.
It made me pause. I'm gonna go in for the...
Yes. Speaking
gonna
of smell,
full
I'm done with
send.
this.
But
All right. Did you already take a sip?
mm-hmm.
You son of a bitch.
I don't...
So that's another one that I think is milder after sitting.
Milder, but I don't get appreciable difference for me.
I can't even make a joke. I can't even allude to what that one said.
I don't know if I get an appreciable difference besides just a little bit less punchiness.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's about it. It definitely is milder. I'd say, I mean, if you really wanted to experience this one, don't let it sit.
Yeah, I would drink it right away.
Yeah. It's nice after sitting.
Yeah.
But that's it. That's the thing. It's nice after sitting. And that sounds like I'm being critical of it, but I do actually prefer it straight from the bottle.
Yeah, I agree. I would drink it straight from the bottle. I mean, if I don't get that much of a difference after sitting,
Yeah.
I would just, why wait?
Exactly. I think this would mix really well.
I think so as well.
Since my mother sent this in, I really have no idea what the price point was. I didn't even bother looking.
Oh, yeah, I didn't look it up either.
But if I had to guess by taste, I'd say 40 to 50.
I would hope about 40.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think. So I think it's almost as good as the Woodinville, but it's got Bob Dylan's name on it. So I think that adds.
It is knocking on heaven's door.
Yeah, I think that adds a little bit to, it has the celebrity endorsement, so that adds a little bit to the price. That's actually a really good idea.
I was thinking of a little, because that's the only thing we have tasted that's close.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you a little, just a little something.
All right.
A little something.
A little something.
Granted, this is fresh. This has been sitting.
Yeah, that's true. So I'd say this is punchier, fresh from the bottle.
Yeah.
But that antiseptic smell that we noticed before isn't there with the Woodinville.
I think it's a little bit more oak forward than they have in the store.
Yep.
But I think they've got almost the same rye punch.
See, I'm not gonna lie. If I had my choice,
Yeah.
I would go back to the Woodinville.
The Woodinville.
This
to
one's
drink straight.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one's really, really, really good, and I certainly appreciate the history, and especially like the little tie-in with the, the artwork on the bottle.
The bottle alone is
It's gorgeous.
pretty cool.
Yeah. But if I had to pick between the two, I'd go back to the Woodinville.
Yeah.
Yep. This one is really good.
It is. It would go good with the vanilla and that rye flavor. I'm gonna go back to the rye tie. I think it would make a good rye tie. No?
I don't think so. No. So the bitters that I use in my rye ties really bring that rye flavor right to the top.
Yeah.
And let it ride through the whole drink.
Yeah. Or maybe a Manhattan.
Yep. That would be perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how anybody else drinks their Manhattans, but I do an extra dash of orange bitters. I'm just a fan of orange bitters, but
Well, I mean that aromatic would really bring the flavors like give that extra little kick that you want.
yeah, I like the way you did that.
Yeah.
I was like, it was good. Yeah, I would like to try that in a Manhattan for sure. It was good.
It was good. So this one, when I first smelled it, I was worried that it was going to be as sweet as the Weller's.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. I don't care for like over the top sweetness. I don't know if
Yeah.
you guys have picked that up or not. But I think you nailed it when you said Manhattan. I think with a little sweet vermouth
Yeah.
and maybe a double of the orange bitters that you
Yeah.
use. I think I haven't had that from you, but I'd like to try it.
Yeah.
And I would like to use
Well,
this to
maybe.
try it.
Well, let's do it.
Yeah. Yeah, stay tuned. We'll eventually put out a quick little blurb episode.
Big drinks.
Yeah. So, hey, to bring this all around.
That was a tangent.
Yo, it really was. Final thoughts. This is a great bourbon.
Great bourbon.
For me,
Tennessee bourbon.
I'll finish this with you, but I probably won't go back to it.
Yeah.
But hey, if you're looking for, specifically a Tennessee bourbon,
Yeah.
if you are a fan of Bob Dylan and want to check out his expanded works, then this is a great place to go.
Yeah, I mean, I would recommend it if you're a fan of bourbon. You want something a little bit different, I would say.
Yeah,
Maybe.
it was really, really easy drinking,
Yeah.
neat, and it will definitely mix well.
Yeah. So that's my commitment to you guys. I'm gonna try this in a Manhattan. Maybe I drink another drink or two, and I'll let you guys know how it is.
What do you take when your butt hurts?
That reminds me of a joke.
Aspirin.
Yeah. Did I send it to you already?
I don't know, but that follows the format of a joke. If that's what
Yeah.
you're getting at.
It reminds me of another joke.
Oh, okay, all right. Sorry, I thought you.
No, I'm not saying that wasn't a joke.
Like, I legit, that reads like a joke and it finishes like a joke.
It might be a joke.
Anyway.
So
Yeah,
I just pulled double duty there.
that's how we feel.
That is how we feel. So thank you, Mama Grimm.
Yeah, thanks, Mom.
That was it was delicious. I did enjoy it. I'm looking forward to experimenting with it a little bit.
Yeah, I think so. Like I said, I'll defer to the Woodinville for drinking neat, but I will use this in probably a dozen mixed drinks.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it was great.
And then again, if you're a fan of bourbon in general and you want to try something a little bit different, want to experiment, go ahead and pick it up and give it a shot.
That's it.
Delicious. So thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw here, give us a like, hit that subscribe button, comment down below what's your favorite Bob Dylan song, anything you want us to try whiskey wise, and then any questions you have. How do we get into whiskey? How do we get so good looking? How do we cultivate these beards?
How hot it really is back here.
1,000 degrees.
It's so bad.
Oh my gosh.
I can't wait until later in the year when it cools down.
It would be
Anyway,
amazing.
with us, no matter how you like your whiskey is the right way.